Welcome back to TV5 News at 9, everyone. This Veterans Day, we're looking at home loans and resources available to those who serve our country. Joining us this morning to tell us a little bit more, we have Monique Gilbert from Team Matchmaker. Monique, thanks for coming back.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's an honor to be able to talk a little bit about veterans and the home loan programs, and also some resources for veterans who are not quite in a great situation.
All right, perfect. Let's get into it. There are some misconceptions that home sellers have regarding the accepting a VA loan buyer. Can you go over those misconceptions?
Yes, it really is a frustrating and unfortunate thing.
Okay.
Because the VA home loan is structured as a benefit for all of those veterans who have served our country, and so one of the things with a VA home loan is that it does have some restrictions in regard to the condition of the property. And a lot of times home sellers get nervous, and I can say even maybe because their realtors make them nervous.
Right.
But really, the loan it's a great product. There are some condition things, like you can't have any peeling paint, there can't be any hazards as far as big trip hazards, there have to be hand railings, really pretty minor kinds of things.
Yeah.
And people sometimes get nervous because they see the veteran is not putting any money down, right? It's 100% loan to value, and that does not mean that the veteran is not qualified. That is just a benefit that they have earned in not having to put down a down payment. And so it really is a horrible misconception that the VA buyers are not well qualified because they're not putting down a down payment.
Okay, thank you for running us through that. What are the guidelines for VA buyers?
Well, you do need to be a veteran. Yeah. So one of the advantages is, though, that you do not have to have a down payment. They usually have a better interest rate and better terms.
Okay.
You can borrow all the way up to the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loan. So if you're a veteran and you're looking at a single family home, that limit is going to be $766,550. Don't forget that extra 50.
Yes.
One of the other benefits is that they don't have to have PMI. There's no private mortgage insurance, which is a substantial savings for them. There's no penalty fee for paying it off early, and there are fewer closing costs, so there are a lot of really nice benefits for our veterans.
Love that. Okay, so we want to get into maybe some interesting stories that you have, not just for VA buyers, but maybe also some tenants in your property management company. Can you go over some situations?
Yeah, I can. So, this year I have had some really horrifying stories that you don't really hear about.
Okay.
I have had 4 different veterans who have moved into our property managed properties this year with the help of the VA homeless program, which is a spectacular program. And if you go to my website, you will find links to that if needed. But I have had veterans who have been living in their car for months, some of them not going into a homeless shelter because they have pets. And they are really seemingly bonded with their pets. They aren't going to leave them, they're not going to get rid of them, and have chosen to live in their car for months on end, waiting for a place, rather than give up their pet. And I have had others that have been living under bridges,
Wow.
just having disabilities from having served, that the PTSD, very common, and having difficulty fitting back into the society when they come back from their years of service. And so it is really important for people to know what those resources are. And it's great when there's a property management company that is VA friendly, and we have some really great contacts, and we've really had some great tenants that have been able to go from being homeless to having a wonderful home and being very successful there.
All right, we love a good success story then. So very good. And I just want to also point you to this QR code that we have on your screen if you want to scan it right now with your phone to get more information. But Monique, where can veterans who aren't in a position to buy right now get some help?
Well, I would say it would depend on what they are in need of. It's certainly if they're homeless.
Okay.
There is Carly Huffman from the VA, Alita Lutz VA hospital.
Yeah.
She is the homeless program manager, and so we have worked with them extensively on getting some of the veterans placed in several of our units.
Okay.
So I would start there, but at the VA hospital has a ton of resources. If you go to their website, or you can go to my website, we have linked them and have links to all of the different services, depending on if you're looking for medical, if you're looking for homeless programs, or home buying programs, all kinds of stuff.
All right, Monique, we appreciate you. This is a very timely topic. Thanks for bringing it in.
Yes, thank you so much. It's good to be here.
I love having you. All right, you can get more information by going to our hot link section on WNEM.com.